Hey guys, so I got two things to tell you about today. One, check out this cool art I made of the goat shocker in class. Nice. Oh, and also I'm going to be debunking someone that really thinks that Madam Ladybug or Miraculous Ladybug beats Homelander. So yeah, without further ado, let's, get into it and debunk it, as always. But before we do, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and like this video to never miss another video like that again. We're almost at 1,300 subscribers, so please. Anyway, let's get into it.
Let's look at his opponent. Marinette Dupin was a relatively regular kid who was one day given the miraculous of the Ladybug. With that, she became one of Paris' protectors along with her partner / love interest, Chat Noir. They battle against the mysterious Hawkmoth / Shadowmoth / Monarch who has the miraculous of the butterfly, which gives him the ability to create champions with unique powers who he uses to threaten the city in order to obtain the Ladybug and Black Cat miraculous, which are the most powerful of the set. Monarch creates these villains using Akuma that target emotions, and the stronger the emotions are, the stronger the villain he can create.
Chad, does that sound like a headcanon to you? Is he going to show us evidence or not? Let's find out.
The Ladybug in particular is tied to the Kwame of creation, Tiki, and is one half of a universe-bending entity known as Gimme, the Kwame of reality. And that's without getting into the multiversal aspects of the Kwame's existence.
Guy sounds like a headcanon again. Is he going to show proof of this? Let's find out.
For the sake of fairness, Ladybug will be restricted to only her miraculous, because frankly, with the right combination of other miraculous abilities, there are genuinely not many characters who could even dream of fighting her.
I got 3 on screen right now that can easily take her on.
Marinette can use the Ladybug miraculous to transform into Ladybug. This form has on multiple occasions been stated to make her nearly invulnerable to damage.
Cool, that only applies to like inverse and cross-verse wise. Just because you're invulnerable and stated inverse, that would just only make her like invulnerable to anyone in her verse only.
Very few things in the show have actually been able to harm characters wearing miraculous suits.
Cool, you just contradicted yourself.
One is her partner, Shat's Cataclysm ability, which makes sense considering he's tied to the destructive aspect of Gimme.
And for this universal Gimme thing, we need to prove that she actually has the properties of actually, functioning as a universe and scaling to it. Otherwise, this can just be like a baseless embodiment of it. This isn't really scaling anywhere.
And has been shown to easily be able to destroy planet-sized structures, as well as scaling to universal destruction.
I really hope you understand that what he did was a hack's ability, meaning it doesn't even apply to his original AP or durability. And I really hope you pixel calc this because I really don't think this gets above moon level.
For a true sense of how durable they are though, we have to take a brief detour to discuss the miraculous that are weaker than theirs. In one episode, an Akuma gets separated from Hawkmoth and creates a villain named Star Train without him noticing. This villain took over a fully occupied train traveling from Paris to England and flew it this close to another galaxy in a couple minutes. If we assume that that's our closest neighbor, the Andromeda Galaxy, and the flight took the same amount of time as the episode's runtime showed, this would require constantly outputting solar system level energy.
Nothing you just said literally gets them to solar system level at all. You're literally just presupposing that just because they're in the train and going that speed means that they can also tank the amount of force they're tanking, which it isn't. You're presupposing that. By the way, that is a kinetic energy formula and it's reliant on mass and acceleration. So to say that they're tanking the amount of force of the said train going that speed is just disingenuous.
If that's too much for you, Stormy Weather 2 could create a supervolcano powerful enough to push the Earth out of orbit, a feat that, depending on what in the episode you consider a reliable measure, ranges from planetary to large planet levels of power.
So again, this is a weaponry feat, meaning it doesn't apply to your own physical AP. Not only that, but even if she did it physically, she would only be pushing it, which is only a lifting strength feat, not a striking strength feat.
Then, moving on to the Peacock Miraculous, Argos created Red Moon, a being that gives him the power to snap away anyone his light touches. It's heavily implied Red Moon was able to grow to the size of the actual moon. The reason all of this is relevant is because in Season 5, Monarch created a villain named Kiko, who was motivated by serious embarrassment and anger, turning the kickboxer underneath into a giant teddy bear boxer. On top of that, it also had access to the Miraculous of the Tiger, an entirely different Miraculous with the power to deal a single powerful punch, which should scale to the previous mentioned displays of power the butterfly had.
No, it doesn't. You haven't proved anything that supposes this.
This Despite all of this, and the fact they were being wielded by a professional kickboxer, two relatively inexperienced characters wielding the Ladybug and Black Cat Miraculous were able to take a surprise punch from him and immediately recover.
At the time of recording this, the Super Bowl's on, and I'm not going to waste my time telling you how durability doesn't equal your AP, but your AP equals your durability. Just check out my other debunking/scaling videos.
This would put the durability of these suits at least at the high end of solar system level.
No, it doesn't. You did not correlate the solar system shit to them at all.
Even if you want to disregard all of that in favor of destruction that we can see with our own eyes, the impact of the Tiger Miraculous caused this explosion. And yes, that's the Eiffel Tower. Please note that Ladybug and Shatner were right there when the impact happened and were able to recover and keep going.
The fact that you just literally said she survived it doesn't mean she tanked it at all. So since you conceded and said that she survived this, means that she doesn't scale to it at all. Because surviving something doesn't mean you tank it. She could have got massive damage from this. By the way, this feat only comes to around multi-sided pocket a hardball.
Compared to their durability though, Miraculous heroes aren't that impressive in physical strength. But that's still nothing to sneeze at, as they can easily throw cars, pull falling buildings upright, and jump several stories in the air.
Yeah, it's almost like Homelander doesn't upscale people that could literally fling planes out of nowhere. Yeah.
But their most impressive feats come from how they scale to their opponents. Chad is able to sword fight with Ikari Gozen, a villain with the power to demolish buildings with a single strike.
Congrats, you actually got her to building level. Nice.
The clashes also caused this explosion, which is calculated to be roughly town level in AP.
Can you actually give me the calculation for it so I can actually see objectively this is town level? No? Alright. Well, by the way, this could just be a chain reaction feat since you see one explosion at a time explode.
This may have been done with a staff, but Ladybug and Shat show that their strength without their weapons isn't that different, considering Ladybug was able to catch a brainwashed Shat's attacks with her bare hands.
So I'm pretty sure you just strawmanned the potency of said weapon's abilities to the potency of the weapons being used by another user. Try again.
They also show relativity to villains like the Mime, who can cut down then catch half of the Eiffel Tower, weighing in at roughly 5,000 tons.
Cool, that's another lifting strength feat.
The yo-yo itself, her main weapon, is pretty insane. It's a nigh unbreakable.
Did I just hear nigh unbreakable? What the fuck are these headcannons?
Infinite string that can act as a net, grappling hook, cage, and garrote wire capable of crumbling bridges. With it, she's able to do things like stop meteors, trains, and even catch falling planes, as shown in this image, representing her thinking of actions she's done off screen.
Not gonna lie, this is kinda unquantifiable.
These are kind of hard to scale due to rudimentary images, but in season 1 she does give a mildly dubious statement that she could have easily stopped this meteor by herself.
Chad is actually gonna prove it? Is he?
Speed-wise, Ladybug has shown the ability to react to lasers and light-based projectiles.
Okay, so first you're gonna have to prove those are actually light speed laser projectiles, and number 2, most of the feats that you just showed were literally just her aim dodging, which is literally just her running while the lasers are being shot.
But for the more extreme side of their speed scaling, we go back to Star Train and her flight to another galaxy. With all previously mentioned assumptions, her travel speed is over 189 billion times the speed of light. Now, I was ready to brush this off as just something no one in the series scales to. And then Pegasus, using the Horse Miraculous, shoots his power from inside the train to significantly ahead of it so it can travel through a portal back to Earth. This means that the ranged attack speed of the Horse Miraculous is over 189 billion times the speed of light.
So throwing something in front of something and meaning that thing goes through it and making it interact with it and hit it means that you're faster than it. I can't. By your logic, I'm faster than a car because I could literally throw a ball in front of it and it gets hit by it.
And considering every villain in season 5 had a Miraculous, this would significantly raise the speed scale of the show. This isn't even the biggest speed feat in the series. Chad Blanc, who we can generally consider to be Chat Noir with no limits on his power, was able to completely dwarf the Milky Way galaxy with this massive universe-destroying cataclysm in seconds, putting his attack speed at 1.5 trillion times the.
Buddy, that is a hack's ability, meaning it doesn't apply to your physical speed at all.
Ladybug's main superpower is the Lucky Charm, which allows her to summon whatever she needs to win whatever situation she's currently found herself in. It's an extremely intuitive power that basically kickstarts her brain to create convoluted plans for victory. So in character, she doesn't use them on her opponents. Coward. It's implied, though never proven, that the Lucky Charm weapons could hurt miraculous wielders.
I like how you say it's not proven, but it's implied at the same time. W contradiction. And yes, implications can be proof. Like, you don't need verbatim feats to, prove a character can do this and that. Statements can also be used to support your characters, anything.
The Lucky Charm basically has a 99% success rate, only failing in situations where most of her teammates immediately become enemies, the villain gives up, or someone immediately targets and destroys it. While the items she summons are usually small, that's because that's all she needs. She stopped stormy weather and her aforementioned planet-moving supervolcano with what appeared to be a pencil. The 3 quadrillion kilogram larger than Earth.
What the heck are these numbers from? You're not Marty the math major, buddy.
Pastry Shat destroyed was summoned with the same power by Tiki, and while Ladybug's use of the power is less destructive, it's not stated to be weaker than Tiki's, just better controlled. Theoretically, Ladybug could summon literally anything, even another planet. She also has the miraculous cure ability that allows her to reverse all damage from a fight, from destroyed and displaced buildings or planets to death and timeline erasure.
Literally, the things you've shown are objectively not things that could happen if the universe were to be destroyed.
If the universe and timeline itself are damaged, she can, and has, fixed it. Previously, using her powers like this would put her on a 5-minute time limit before detransforming, but as of right before the season 5 finale, she has overcome that weakness and showed great proficiency in switching between Lucky Charms in combat to dominate her final battle against Monarch. Because of this, she could potentially stay transformed forever. Her partner Chat was able to take part in a losing time loop battle for about 3 months without any negative effects to his mind, and Bonix was kept in stasis for about 5,000 years after she was sent back in time. So yeah, Homelander gets destroyed.
No, Homelander absolutely destroys his Hancock victim.
Easily. It's not even a contest. Even taking out the absurd numbers of Star Train, Ladybug is thousands of times faster than him and has much better strength scaling. The closest he comes to her is in the attack potency of their punches, with both of them being above multi-city block level, but she will damage him long before he could damage her, and that's if he hits her. His heat vision wouldn't even be the strongest heat vision she's been hit by. Even flight wouldn't be an advantage because her space power lets her fly at sub-relativistic speeds. He might have more experience with his powers, but she's dealt with well over 100 unique supervillains, most of whom needed to be defeated by having their powers deduced and being outsmarted, and she is the main strategist of her team. In terms of combat experience, her 1 year as a hero eclipses his entire life. I mean, do I really have to go over her battle IQ feats like outmaneuvering an opponent that makes people move backwards, or taking on and manipulating a boxer with 6 arms into losing a fight?
Yes, you have to. And didn't you literally just say that the only combat experience he has is the Tai Chi thing? Which is not even the combat one? What? And allow me to explain to you carefully how Homelander gaps her in terms of combat. Homelander, while holding back, is able to easily beat Soldier Boy in combat. Mind you, Soldier Boy has over 40 years of combat experience since he joined the army in 1944 or 1945, either one of those. It's not only been verbatim stated by Homelander, but it's also shown that he's able to easily be Maeve in terms of combat as well. Mind you, this was when he was bruised up and weakened. Maeve is someone who just does, training on a normal basis. And before anyone says, oh, this doesn't mean anything, notice the bats that she trains with. Those are not normal wooden bats. Those are most likely steel bats. No, those are objectively steel bats based on the look and design of it. Don't say, oh, it's wrong. No, it isn't. Bats like this are used in martial arts such as Krav Maga, Japanese Jitsu, Ninjutsu, Taekwondo, etc. So you can't even say this is pointless because it's literally a combat technique in Homelander's sense, if it's used in terms of training. If you want to argue it, you can probably say Black Noir also taught him martial arts, which he was literally a master in, since he was trained by a master sensei in martial arts before, he became a soup. And I just found this out, but Billy Butcher in the past was an ex-SAS Special Forces agent. Being in the SAS military forces is not easy. You're going to have to learn many martial arts techniques and styles in order to be part of it, such as boxing, Muay Thai, Jitsu, Judo, Karate, even Krav Maga, which I literally just explained earlier. Heck, even Mother's Milk is verbatim stated to be an ex-Marine Corps. This is when Marionette's experience doesn't even matter. It's because Marine Corps martial arts has combined with old school Marine Corps, which I don't even know how many forms of martial arts there are, and 17 different forms of martial arts as well. Here's all 17 martial arts techniques they use in the Marines, bro. I don't even think I need all of these 17 things. This is overkill at this point. Just give me A to B. That is enough to wash and gap Marionette in terms of martial arts. It's not even close. And with the Hershey syrup on top of the strawberry on the ice cream, Homelander has been the Homelander and a superhero since 16 years old. I'm going to show the math on screen because I don't feel like saying it right now. So no, Homelander is anything but worse than Marionette in terms of martial arts. He is anything but that. For comparison, if Homelander were a superhero in the Marvel Universe, he would be at least a level 4 in terms of martial arts, bro. At least a level 4. Level 6 is probably the highest of highballs you could get Homelander's combat skills at. But hey, level 4 is still enough to beat Marionette's ass. I don't think you could get it past level 3, bro. But yeah, Homelander is massively better than Marionette in terms of anything. You know what else is massive? That low tip. I'm just kidding. But yeah, Homelander is gapping Marionette in a fight. It's not even close. Combat skills, strength, speed, any of that. If you want to check out my Homelander scale, I'll post a link in the description or just show it up here. You guys check that out. I'm tired. Peace out, y'all. By the way, everyone, the GOAT's birthday is on February 19th. I hope you guys know that. So everyone wish him a happy birthday. I'm Brothers to Extreme. I'm tired. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.